Right, almost we go. Okay, so vendor sells hot dogs and bags of chips. Okay, here's important information. 5 hot dogs and 2 bags of chips. So I'll just call it, well, let's call the hot dogs X, doesn't matter. And let's call the bags of chips Y. So there you go. 5X and 2Y. It's going to cost you $14.25, okay? Right, 4 hot dogs, so not for you, 4X, and 3 bags of chips, 3Y equals $13.50, okay? So, we've got to solve this. Right, I think what I'll do is I'll make this, I'm going to multiply this one by 3 to get a 6, I'm going to get rid of the Y's. I'm going to get a 6Y here, so I want a negative 6Y here, so I'm going to multiply this by negative 2, okay? So, this is going to give me 15x, okay, plus 6y. Oh dear, what's 3 times 14.25? Doing my calculator. Right, 3 times 14.25 equals 42.75. Right, that's that. And then negative 2 times the second one, that's going to give me negative 8x. Here's the negative 6y I was looking for to get rid of it. Okay. Now, what's 2 times 13.50? Negative, of course. Negative, was that 27? Okay. Negative 27. So when I add these, that's why I did it. Right, 15 take away 8 is 7x. And this will give me, what's this? 15.75? Hopefully. Right, 42.75. Take away 27. There you go. Right, now divide it by 7. Okay, a minute later. So if I divide it by 7, x equals, what did that calculator say? 225. Okay, so 225. That's the price of a hot dog. Okay, and then, which one shall I put it back into? Oh, I don't know. I'll put this. So let's go back to the original. Let's go back up to, let's do this one. Okay. So, what's 5x's? 5 times x. 5 times 225 equals 1125. Right over here, so we've got 1125. That's all the hot dogs taken care of. Plus 2y's, I don't know what these are, the bags of chips. 2y. Okay, remember just using that first equation. Equals 1425. Okay. Right, so I take away this from both sides. Okay, take away that. I'll get, it's like $3, won't it? $3. Take away 1125, so there's going to be 3 on this side. 2y, so y must be $1.50. Okay, so the bags of chips must be $1.50. Okay, so just a quick run through of that one. So hopefully you know how to do that anyway. Right, let's keep on going. Factoring. Now the one you're actually going to get, all right, is going to be something like question 8 on here. Okay, but I'll just quickly run through them. Go on. Here we go. Right. So, how to this one? Remember this one? 2 numbers that make negative 16 when you multiply, positive 6 when you add, is going to be x plus 8, x minus 2. Okay, so very quickly on that one. X minus 2. This is the difference of squares. Okay, so how do you get 25x squared? 5x and 5x. How do you get a 9? 3 and 3. And as long as one's plus and one's minus, you don't get like these x's in the middle. Okay, it's just the 2 terms. Right, now, okay, this is the important one though. Okay, I'm just going to do it factoring by the trial and error method. Okay, now one way of thinking about this is, okay, 8x squared, it could be 4x and 2x. Okay, there's 8x squared. Or it could be 8x and 1x. Okay, so just 1x. So it's going to be one of these 2 options. Okay, 21. I think I'll try 7 and 3. Okay, so if I put, I don't know, if I put 7 there maybe, and 3 there, if I do a FOIL, 28, 6, that's not going to give it me, nope. So I'll try switching those 2 numbers round. I'll put the 7 in the first one, and a 3 in the second one. Well, that's 12 and 9. That's not going to work. Okay, I think I know the answer to this one anyway. I think it's going to be this one. So 7. I'm going to put the 7 there and the 3 there, because if I put the 7 there, the outer is going to be a bit big. I mean, it's 7 times 8, 56. That's too big to get to the 17 in the middle. So I'm going to do it that way around. Okay, look at this. That is 24x. That is 7x. The difference of those two is actually 17. So I want positive 17, so I want the bigger number to be plus 24x. And that there, folks, is your answer. Okay, that's me doing it by the trial and error. You can use the AC method. If you want to, go back and look at those videos. Okay, right, solving the equation. Well, this is like doing question 7. Put it into 2 parentheses. What's 2 numbers that make negative 84 when you multiply? That make positive 5 when you add? And that is, was that 12 and 7? 12 and 7. But it's going to be positive 12 and negative 7. Okay, but that equals 0. What makes these 2 parentheses 0? What do I need to put there? I need to put a negative 12 there. So x equals negative 12 to make that first parenthesis 0. What do I need to put here? I need to put a positive 7. Okay, so those are your 2 answers. Right? Okay. Now, I don't think questions 11 on the test. That's a lot of factoring. Flip it upside down since it's a division. Let's try question 12. I can't think that might be. Okay, so common denominator. Okay, we are just subtracting. We're not trying to solve anything. There's no equal sign in here. I'm not trying to find out R equals. That's a mistake some people make. There's no equal sign in here. I'm not trying to find out what R equals. It's just what's the final kind of expression. Right, the common denominator. It's just going to be a combination of these 2 things, which is R and R plus 4. Okay. So again, I'll do it to the second one. R and R plus 4. Okay. So that's your lowest common denominator. Right. Okay. So the original denominator here was an R plus 4. The extra bit is the R. Okay. That's the extra bit I've added. So add that extra bit, or rather multiply kind of thing, that to the top. Okay. Here, the original denominator was R. It's now got an R plus 4 with it. Alright, so the 2 now has an R plus 4 with it. So now I'm just working on this numerator. Okay, so let's just do the distributive law here. With a negative 2, not with a 2. Remember this, alright? So, 5R is the first one. Right, negative 2R. That's negative 2 times R. And the negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Be careful of that one. Remember, that's a negative 2 in front of that parenthesis. And still the R plus 4. Okay? So my final answer is going to be, what's 5R take away 2R? I'll just erase that. That's 3R, isn't it? That's an easy one to do. 5R take away 2R is 3R. So I'll just erase that and put 3R there instead. And that's your answer. Okay? And actually, look on the, I forgot about this. There is an answer sheet to this review. Right, long division. Yuck. X minus 2. This is how you do it, right? Good old long division. X minus 2 into 3. X squared minus 11x plus 3. Right, here we go. First term divided by first term. 3x squared divided by x is going to give you 3x. Okay? Then multiply back, alright, through this. 3x times x is 3x squared. You'll always have that first term repeated because it'll go when you subtract it. Then 3x times negative 2, alright, negative 2 here, is going to give you negative 6x. Right? Right, when you subtract these, now remember, also you can change the signs and add. Alright? I think of it as negative 11x subtract negative 6x means you're going to add this 6x. But then you change the signs and add. That's going to give you negative 5x. So be careful of that. Alright? Bring down the last term. Right, we're off again. Negative 5x divided by x is negative 5. Okay? Because when you multiply back, okay, negative 5x, okay, that's negative 5 times x. What's negative 5 times the negative 2? That's positive 10. When we do subtract these, I'll get negative 7. And that's your remainder. Okay, so we can say negative 7 over x minus 2 is the remainder. Okay, so we're kind of saying that kind of this all here is the answer. Okay, right, that's your long divisions. Don't think 14's on. But that's multiply everything by x. Think about it. Lowest common denominator is x. Okay. Okay. So because now we are solving, we've got equal signs in here. Okay. So the LCD for this one will be x. Multiply everything by it. But I'm going to do question 15 before we finish this video, okay? This particular one. So let's have a look at this one. Let's get some space up here. Right, what is the lowest common denominator? If you factor this is x plus 5. It's a difference of squares like I did up the page. Okay, it is basically what you've already got on the left hand side. Okay, there you go. So all of that is the lowest common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this, this, and this by this. Alright, in other words, I have this. 2. I've got x plus 5, x minus 5 next to it, okay? I'm just going to write this very longhand kind of thing. Okay, and remember it's 2 over x plus 5. So can you see the x plus 5s will cancel here. I won't do it yet. Plus the 5 also with an x plus 5. Excuse the writing here. I'm going to do this quickly. X minus 5. Okay. Equals 13. Again, I'm going to space it with the x plus 5 and x minus 5 next to it. Alright? So again, this had an x minus 5 on the bottom. This had all of this here on the bottom. Okay? And that's why actually what's going to happen with this end term is they're going to cancel. The x plus 5, x minus 5 will cancel with the x plus 5, x minus 5 I've written up here, which I can't squeeze it in. Okay? You're only going to have 13 on this right hand side. Okay? So it's like saying they've all cancelled. But not everything's cancelled with these because there's some left over. Okay? Only the x plus 5 cancel. So what's left is 2 times x minus 5, which is 2x minus 10. The x minus 5s have cancelled here. What's left here, distributive law, is 5x plus 25. That's 25. Okay, when I rearrange all this, okay, so 2x plus 5x is 7x. I'm going to get rid of this here. Negative 10 and 25 is 15. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. Okay, negative 2. So here we go. So divide both sides by 7. X must equal negative 2 over 7. Okay, that's how you do it. Multiply everything by the lowest common denominator. Okay, you'll get rid of all the denominators. It's just a bit of distributive law on the top. And again, remember, I just had 13 on this side because everything cancelled. Denominator and numerators here. Okay.